Hey everyone, I'm so excited to be doing this video. This is going to be my entry to the NYX Face Awards, and at first I wasn't going to enter because I didn't feel like my skills were up to par, and you all know that I am not a professional makeup artist, but I always tell myself that when I push myself out of my comfort zone is the only way that I can grow and how I can learn. So I just said, why not? Let's just put together this video, let's put together this look, and let's enter the NYX Face Awards. And if I don't get chosen, then there's always next year, right? Anyway, if you wanted to see how I achieve this sugar skull look, then keep watching this video.
You want to first start off by gluing down your eyebrows. You want to do this step about 3 or 4 times depending on how thick your eyebrows are, and make sure to let the glue dry in between each time you do it. And don't worry, your eyebrows won't fall off when you wash it all off. Once your eyebrows is dry, go ahead and start applying white face paint. I'm using the one by Mehron. You can use any white face paint, and if it's too thick, add water or face oil. And if it's too liquidy, add some setting powder, and that's really going to help change the texture, the consistency of the face paint, and it'll help you blend it more easily. I'm going to be applying it with a foundation brush at first, but I'm later going to go in with a sponge to kind of thicken up the white. And you want to do this couple layers as well, and in between each layer, you want to make sure that it is really dry. You also want to make sure not to put it near your eye area, only because it can look a little clumpy when you start doing your eyeshadow. So just leave that area clear, because eventually we're gonna go in with eyeshadow primer and it'll cover up that part. And then sorry about my mirror, I just couldn't really see from the mirror that was farther away, so I had to bring a mirror that was closer to me. It's really up to you on how much you want to paint. While I'm looking at myself in the mirror, I decided to go ahead and paint my ears, and then later in the video I'm going to be painting the side of my hair, like the side of my head part, to kind of just give it more of a white ghostly effect. And okay, just jam up to my music. And like I said, I'm gonna go in with a sponge now because I didn't feel like the white was thick enough. I really wanted like this really intense white look, which is why I'm gonna go in with a sponge, which kind of helps with the coverage. Once you get everything to the look that you want, go ahead and set it with a setting powder. I'm going to be using the Ben Nye setting powder in Super White. It is a loose setting powder, which is why I dumped some into a bowl and then fluffed it all over my face. And it's important to use a lot of setting powder because if it is not dry, you're going to have a hard time decorating your face. Next, I'm going to be taking the NYX eyeshadow base in white and just putting it all around my eye, even underneath my eye, because you're going to be putting eyeshadow there as well. And you just want to make sure you do it to both eyes. I'm only going to be showing a clip of one eye. Throughout this whole video, actually, I'm only going to be showing a clip of one eye to kind of like shorten the length because this was filmed over the course of 3 or 4 hours. It took really, really long in between letting each layer dry. And I look really scary right now, so I do apologize. I'm going to go in with a black eyeliner, pencil eyeliner first to kind of just lightly sketch everything out because this is a lot easier to adjust if you made a mistake than gel eyeliner, which is what I'm going to go in with after to kind of just darken everything up. After I finished sketching everything out, I went in with a yellow eyeshadow on top of a sponge applicator. These are one of the disposable ones. I decided to use a sponge instead of a brush to really pack on that color to give it a really high color payoff. I'm later gonna go in with a brush to kind of just help blend everything out. But really to just place the color, I decided to use a sponge. And then once that's all done, I'm going to go in with the NYX Gel Liner and Smudger. This is amazing for Sugar Skull because not only does it line, it also smudges really well. So you kind of wanted, I kind of wanted like a blended effect for my eye, kind of like an ombre from yellow to orange to red to black. So this is really going to help just blend everything together, but it's also going to be able to create sharp lines. So I'm just going to go in and outline my face at first, and then later I'll go in and just thicken up the line and just help blend everything out. And you really want to take your time with this because it is gel liner, so it's hard to remove. So really just go slow, take your time, and just be patient. And just remember, it is going to look weird at first, but I promise once everything's done, it's going to look great. So like I said, I'm just going to go in with a thicker brush now to kind of just smudge that gel liner to kind of just give it more of a blended effect. Next, I'm going to go in with some red eyeshadow and just blend it right after the black. And don't bring it too close to the yellow because we still need to put orange there. So just kind of keep it near the black. And it's okay if you go on top of the black as well because the black's going to kind of give the red more intensity. So that's fine. Just make sure to blend everything out. And I don't think I mentioned this yet, but you really can go in with any color you want. You can do purple, greens, and blues. You can do one color. You can really do whatever color you want for this look. It does not have to be red, orange, and yellow. But that's just the colors I chose. Then once you get the red all placed, I'm going to go in with some orange to just help blend the red and yellow together. Next, I'm going to be taking some black eyeshadow, some red eyeshadow, some orange eyeshadow, some yellow eyeshadow, just to blend everything together and give it a really nice ombre effect. You kind of just want to play with the different colors and just blend everything together. Next, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal liner in Blackest black, and just like the outlines of the circles, you really want to go slow with the petals as well, because it's really hard to correct if you make a mistake. And the easiest thing that I found to do is just make one line and then thicken it up and round it out. Then once you're all done with the petals, go ahead and set everything with a black eyeshadow. And keep in mind, you can make the petals as big or as little as you want. It's really up to you. Next, I'm going to be filling in my nose. I had a hard time deciding what look I wanted to go with for the nose, but I made the circles to my eyes a lot bigger than most people do, so I don't have much room to make a decorative nose and a fancy nose, which is why I just kind of made a pointed triangle kind of look. But if you Google sugar skull makeup looks, there's a bunch of different noses that you can choose from that are a lot more cooler than mine. But I really like the bigger eye look, so I think it's perfectly fine. And just a quick tip for working with gel eyeliner, I find it easier to take a big chunk out of the jar, well, not a big chunk, just a little chunk out of the jar and place it on the back of my hand and then just use that product to work with. I don't know, just for me it seems a lot easier. Next, I'm going to be taking the white face paint and start painting my body. I knew I wanted to wear this black blazer, but I decided to paint my body later because I tried to do my mouth, but I kind of messed up, so I had to re-white that whole area. And in the meantime, while I'm letting that dry, I decided to go ahead and paint my body. And then just like the face, you want to make sure you set everything with a setting powder, and a lot of setting powder. And I do apologize, I don't know what happened to the clip where I did the swirls and the dots on my forehead, but that's the great thing about a sugar skull. You can really get creative and just do whatever designs come to mind and whatever you feel that looks good for your design. And while I'm letting everything dry, I'm going to go in and work on my lips. I'm going to be using the NYX Extra Creamy Brown Lipstick in the shade Electra. And you want to make sure that everywhere is really dry before you start working on it, because if not, you're going to have a really hard time just blending everything and drawing on it. And then once everything was dry, I did go in with a pencil at first to just outline the mouth area. And then once I was happy with how it looked, I went in with the NYX liner and smudger again to kind of just outline and darken everything up. And this is really going to help just blend the back part where I'm going to contour. It's going to really blend it out really nicely. And again, just take your time with this because gel liner is really hard to correct, so you just want to be patient and just go slow and make sure it's done correctly. And if your brush should ever get white face paint on it, make sure to wipe it off before you go in with your gel eyeliner, because if not, you're going to turn your gel eyeliner gray, and you don't want that. You want to keep it really, really, really black. Next, I'm going to go in and start working on my teeth. I'm still using that same NYX gel eyeliner, liner and smudger. And yeah, you can just make the teeth, you can make as much teeth as you want. Now I'm going to go in with a liquid liner to kind of just help darken everything up. But like I said, the gel eyeliner was kind of mixing with the white face paint and turning gray, which is why I decided to go with the liquid liner. And you really can do any design you want on your face. I went ahead and did a 3 petal looking design on top of my chin, and I'm going to later fill it in with orange and yellow eyeshadow. And once that's all filled in, I'm going to go work on my contour. I'm just going to be using a smaller pointed brush to kind of just pack on the color right there. And then I'm going to later take a fluffy brush to kind of help blend it out. And then I wanted to incorporate a little bit more red, so I went in and added some red as kind of like a bronze that you would use to bronze your face, but instead of using brown bronzer, I'm going to use red. And then I went in and added some lashes by Sugar Pill. I could not for the life of me apply these lashes on camera. I also went and added some jewels, and I just used some eyelash glue to apply both of those. And then I created this headband using flowers from a craft store, and I just went ahead and glued it to a headband and sprayed it with gold glitter. And yeah, I love it.
Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Click subscribe, stick around for more videos, and until next time, bye.